show in 3, 2, 1. This podcast is sponsored by Easy Roller Dice. Go check out their amazing gaming products by going over to easyrollerdice.com. Coming at you from OCD Studios, it's Boards and Swords!
That was weird.
Guys, what episode is this? Is it 104?
I don't know.
That's the name of the folder you sent me, so yeah, I'll go with 104.
I was guessing.
You were guessing?
The theme's still going.
Well, if you look at the old one.
That takes work.
Oh, wait, that was live the whole time. Oh, my bad. That's right. Welcome to Boards and Swords. This is a podcast where we try our best to entertain the world of tabletop gaming.
Yep.
I'm one of your hosts. My name's Chris.
I'm Collin. I am the soggy noggin because it's been raining for days.
It
Ugh.
has.
It's miserable. I'm Cindy. I'm ready for sunshine.
I'm Philip, and I'm okay with no sunshine.
Ain't no sunshine.
When she's gone.
I think you were
So-
almost in the key of the theme.
I might have been, yeah.
So what's going on, peeps? It feels like it's been a while.
But it's really
Been a
only been 2
while.
weeks.
I knew he was going to go there.
Oh, yeah.
It has been a little over 2 weeks because we recorded last on a Wednesday, I
Oh,
think.
true. True. But somebody couldn't do
Told me.
Wednesday this week.
I know. That's what I get for finding out the last minute that
Dibbidi-boop,
stuff
boop.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. World.
Sucks when life gets in the way.
I guess the other reason it's felt like it's been a while is because we were just at the CMON Expo,
Oh, yeah. That was awesome.
which we'll get to later. So shut up about it now. But actually, this is a big week because
I can see Philip's his
I know.
balloon was just.
Just sit here and pout.
there we go. It took me a while to figure
It
out.
wouldn't be the proper episode without like a 10-second delay on a sound effect.
Right?
This is true.
Anyways, so but we've got some other stuff, non-CMON stuff to talk about first. Philip, you want to talk about Tricky Tides?
Yes.
Tricky Tides.
Although we did play this at CMON Expo. I'm leaving all the CMON stuff for that discussion. So you may hear some non-CMON stuff that we played at the expo.
Yep.
Okay.
So we played this Thursday night.
Yep.
And we played it with the publisher, the guy who runs the publishing company. First name is Andrew. Last name is I'm too lazy to go to the Kickstarter and figure it out right now.
But we played this with Suzanne Sheldon
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
and
Played.
Robert. I can't say his last name.
Geislinger.
Yes.
That's right. RPG.
Yes.
Yeah, we played with RPG.
But I think it's by Stephen Aramini. I think is the designer.
That's a designer.
Well, this
Yeah.
designer. We weren't with the designer. We were.
I
with
know.
like
I'm
the-
just
yeah.
saying.
Anyways.
Yeah. So
putting
very
it out there.
very very fun game, very quick game.
Oh,
All
I know who he is.
Yes, I know.
right, there we go.
Sorry.
Cindy knows things.
Well,
Do you drink and know things though?
I don't drink.
Well, then you don't know anything.
Whatever.
Anyways,
Very fun game, very fast game. I liked the so it's a trick taking game. You had to kind of like Hearts. You got to put down the same suit and that kind of stuff, or the same. It was same suit or
no, it had to be same suit.
had to be same suit. There was no ever. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Mm.
And then you got your turn order and stuff. You're trying to gather up. It was what was Century Spice Road? It sort of had that mechanic. You're gathering up the.
It's a pick. They call it a
Gems.
trick up and deliver.
Yeah.
Where you're picking up like there's how many cards were on the board? Like 12 cards.
I think
Well,
it was
like
a
4 rows.
4x3.
4 by.
No, it was
4
4x4.
Okay.
16.
So 16 cards, and each one's got like a specific number of cubes that you would like randomly draw from a bag, and each island island, which is one of these cards, has a set number of cubes that you want to deliver on it. So you would have to by playing cards would be how you would move your boat around, and so you would then you would move to the island. You could either pick up goods or deliver goods.
Gotcha.
And the card delivering is how you get the cards, which eventually give you the points. and each person has like all the cards or all the islands have different like sea monsters on them, and each individual person has a specific card that what monsters are more valuable for them. So like all the cards
Bonus
that have
points for
all
your-
the cards that have dragons are worth like 4 extra bonus points for you, whereas for Philip it might be octopi
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, very. There was a. It's a 3-round game. You deal
Andrew
out
J. Smith is the publisher of Tricky Tides.
yeah, there we go. Yeah. So you deal out the entire deck of movement cards.
Yeah.
So everyone has a number of cards in your hand, and then you play to 6 cards. So like we all had 8 cards in our hand, and you just discarded the last 2. And playing
But
through
the
the game,
cards, not only do you have a number on them, like the number in suit doesn't play into the board. It mainly plays into who wins the trick, which A is going to determine who plays the next card.
Right.
But also there's like monsters that are on the board that like whoever wins the trick or is the lowest at the trick gets to do a special ability.
the
But the
monsters
cards
are
on the
cool.
middle have a compass rose that has the directions that you can move your ship.
Okay.
So you have to, the cards you play shows which way you will be, the options you have to move your ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was one thing I saw on the Kickstarter page was the ships.
The little ships.
I thought they were pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
They're I think the last stretch goal they're looking to unlock is to switch to like decent cardboard. Because right now I think they're just like little
Cardstock?
Yeah, right now they're card stock, and they're looking to switch it to cardboard punch outs
Oh, okay.
Oh, for the
for the ships.
ships?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
But yeah,
So
it looks like a really neat game. And the thing I was talking with the publisher, and I want to say it fits into a box not much thicker than Exploding Kittens.
it's like the tiny epic size
Oh, okay.
boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And I'm talking with and I'm like, oh, that's great, because he had the extra wooden components for the monsters. Like he had the upgraded stuff a little bit, and everything fit in the box.
It was bursting at the seams, though.
Okay, I didn't see that.
He said it was.
He said the box was bursting at the seams. I'm looking at it like, actually, that's a sweet box. It's like nice and small. It's easy to like. You can throw it in a bag real quick, slam it out on the table, boom, boom, boom. He's like, yeah, no, we're gonna switch it to a bigger box. And in my mind, I'm just, no, don't do that. Big smaller box.
Caveat.
And then he was saying that he's gonna put it in a bigger box for like shelf presents.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
take up a nice big
like,
spot on the shelf.
they were
People's
running out
eyes
of
to it.
they were running out of space, and also a bigger box means bigger shelf presence. But he was talking like King Domino sized box.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're not talking he's jumping to the standard Ticket to Ride size box.
That would be crazy from
No,
the smaller
I
box.
don't think there's anything wrong with that. However, this is my enthused face.
Not for you.
I didn't like this game. There was too much going on. It's like someone's like, let's throw all these mechanisms into a blender, and then let's throw in some more. And then, oh, by the way, let's throw in some more. Variable bonus player powers plus trick taking plus special monster powers plus trick pick up and deliver plus like 1 or 2 other different things.
But
I'll play it
Philip
with you.
liked it.
Philip liked it. But like you run into the point where like the trick taking ends up screwing you over because it's like I need to get to over there, but he played the octopus suit and I only have one octopus suit and it's gonna send me that way.
That was
Strategy.
the
Well, no,
the-
you
the-
can't.
the card-
I can't strategize based on what he's
Yeah.
gonna play.
Well, I guess okay.
The cards are numbered 1 through 8,
Mhm.
and so you've got your 8 directions on the compass, and the one card only has one option highlighted
I
that you
totally
can move,
didn't see that.
and the 8 card has all 8 options highlighted you can move.
Mm.
So
it's
okay,
like-
I guess there's a little bit of strategy you could play there when you play your lower cards, but still, it was just like,
I'm
there's
not
a-
wrong. Just I'm a little less right.
yeah.
So what happens?
Couple degrees off center.
If you can't play in suit.
Then you play
You can
out
play.
of suit.
You
and
can play
always
out of
go
suit,
last.
but you can't like the monsters that are around. You can't trigger them.
Yeah.
You don't
okay.
win the suit. Oh, and then there was variable scoring conditions, like there are these event cards that change every time. That like, okay, this is how we're gonna play this round differently.
Mm.
So it was just like every time I thought I'd learned the game is like, okay, here's this new thing I'm
Well,
adding in.
the events one of the events we played was if you maintain first player, if you keep first player token, everyone else gets a random gem out of the bag.
Hmm.
But like I'm just
It's a
saying,
catch-up
like
mechanism.
the base game, like when he first started to, you're like, okay, this isn't bad. Now I'm gonna throw this extra mechanic. I don't know about this, and then 3 more extra mechanics. Like, I think this is a bit bloated at this point.
I think it sounds kind of cool, actually.
You like your game simple.
It's also not very extremely thematic.
There's that too.
And then I bought a bunch of simple games.
Yeah. So, what about you guys?
This might segue back into news a little bit, right?
Why?
I don't know. I just thought I'd say that because we skipped
Oh,
over
we
that
totally
part.
did skip news.
Well, I mean,
Oh my God.
this is the intro. This is our
Yeah.
monologue.
So
of
yeah,
the four
Cindy,
of
if
us
you got our
talking.
news bits
I
loaded
got
up,
our news bits loaded up.
I'm,
So
I
we're gonna
can't. I got the
start-
chat up, so I can't look at the notes.
So we're gonna start with things that I find least interesting to go to the things I find most interesting.
I'm gonna guess she's gonna go with the 2nd edition of Warhammer: Age of Sigmar first.
I'd put.
Oh,
mine
I don't
on
know. That's actually not how I'm doing it. I'm just pulling them up in the order you put them in.
Okay.
But it kind of. Anyway. All right. So,
I don't think there's much in there.
our
Minnesota.
first bit of news is that fans of Wizards of the Coast classic horror board game Betrayal at House on the Hill will soon be able to make the game a little eerier thanks to WizKid's new upgrade kit releasing in September. The Betrayal at House on the Hill upgrade kit features a full set of 6 double-sided character cards with built-in dials to make it easier for players to track the ever-changing attributes of their characters. The cards also sport all new artwork depicting the characters from the base game.
For the 1 or 2 people that still needed a reason to play Betrayal at House on the Hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Colin?
These
It's only $14.99 though, guys.
I do kind of like these wheels.
I do like these wheels.
They
It
look
is
like they
cool.
function a lot better than what's originally in the box. Those,
Sure.
Those stupid coffins that don't stay on.
Sure, but don't drink that. Well, I mean, unless you don't mind drinking after me. That was the bottle I got at the. That's why the top was already open.
Philip, what have you done?
It didn't seem like it was open. It seemed to click.
Oh, maybe I didn't drink it. I don't remember.
You take like half a sip and then put the bottle back?
I put it in the fridge. It was at the. It was the gal. I didn't.
Do you
toss
do that
it.
at the doctor's office? You take all the tongue depressors out, lick them, and put them back?
It touched my lips.
You'll be fine.
I'm sure the germs are dead by now.
Chris doesn't have super cooties. I spent a weekend with him.
What does
At
that
least
mean?
I didn't now. I didn't then. Yeah, is there no more water in there?
That was the water.
Yeah. I knew eventually
It
was.
seemed like it was closed
If
though.
it, I'm pretty sure it clicked.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I felt it click and break the seal.
If I did, it was only a sip. So there you
This
go.
is riveting.
Please cut
People in the chat, please tell us what you think.
What are the odds that Cindy's about to die?
Yeah, Philip's apparently trying to poison me. Okay.
So
got cooties.
yeah, we were talking about Betrayal House on the Hill. The wheels
Upgrade
are
kit.
nice, but
Yeah.
Well, I don't even see wheels in this picture, guys.
No, it's the tracking things. They're on the side of
The stats.
the pentagon things.
Oh, those are. Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Imberselka says 2% chance of dying. You're like a glass of milk. 2%.
I like
All
it.
right. So then the next thing that I have no interest in. 3 years after Games Workshop launched the latest version of its fantasy miniatures game flagship, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, the company will release a new edition in June, including a new core book and a new General's Handbook. Prices were not announced. The rules in the new edition have been retooled to make the game faster, cleaner, and more fun to play, the company said, with an expanded hero phase, a new command point system, and more strategic double turn. What?
So a couple of less tables.
What is double turn? That makes no sense. Well, because I don't know anything about Warhammer.
Otherwise known as in this week and what are nerds raging out about unfairly?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so funny because there was Warhammer Fantasy Battles, which was their fantasy version of Warhammer, and then they switched because it wasn't selling very well. They needed to switch things up. They basically ended the world and started this new game with a completely new system of mechanics called Warhammer Age of Sigmar. And there's a video of a guy that got so mad he burned his miniature collection.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Like he was talking and he like filmed the whole thing. So I'm just like, I just want to know, did he buy into it? And are we going to see him burn that now? I want more burning video. I need to watch this video.
That's pretty great.
I see those. I see those videos, and I hear about those videos of people who like they get so enraged about stuff that they will like destroy their thousands of dollars worth of stuff. It's like, what are you doing?
Philip, new job
would
for
you
you,
do that?
Warhammer Repo Man.
Right? I will. Oh man.
What was it? It was
X-Wing.
It was the X-Wing.
Yeah.
Last week.
Oh gee, they just. It was something. It was something on the news about one of the newscaster people and something.
Somebody
with
did
Keurig
something somewhere.
Yeah, somebody. He like.
Oh, there was a new. They've got like a Keurig 2.0 now or whatever.
Yeah, but it was about like the Keurig company didn't support something that this guy supported, and people were like getting enraged, so they were destroying their Keurigs. And it was like, how you gonna get your coffee now, there, buddy?
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
You just invested in Starbucks stock.
Oh my gosh.
Do you even remember how to like fill your legitimate coffee pot with the little, all that stuff? Do you know how to do that?
Guys,
you don't know.
guys, side tangent.
Yeah.
So, when I first started working at my job, one of the things that I found out about is when you had to come in on Fridays and Saturdays, the thing is that you brought coffee for everybody.
Okay.
Or at least you brought like
Something.
like I went and got a bag of coffee basically so they could brew it themselves, whatever. And I knew that one of the guys coming in, he really liked Dunkin' Donuts brand coffee.
Oh yeah, that
yeah.
stuff's expensive.
So I bought a bag to bring it in. However, at the time, I knew nothing about coffee, so I bought the beans and didn't realize that you had to grind them up.
Oh no.
So I'm just like, hey guys, I got this coffee, and he's like, well, this will be good eventually, but
What am I supposed to do with this?
Poor Chris.
Well, you just
Smell it.
yeah, just smell, just eat
eat
them.
it, yeah.
Eat them and drink hot water at the same time. You'll be good.
All right.
There's a Mr. Bean thing about that.
just suck on them.
Just
How is that not a thing?
Like
Like
yeah, Mr.
suck-
Bean. He
sucking
like.
on coffee beans.
Well, they do like chocolate covered coffee beans.
Oh, that's right. I have seen that. Anyways,
I
back
found-
to tabletop news.
Yeah, yeah.
Coffee goes on a table. You put the mug on it. Yeah, I'm stretching.
All right. So our next bit of news. Days of Wonder has created a low-priced, more casual expansion for Ticket to Ride that will be sold as an exclusive in the Target chain. Fans of Alan R. Moon's Ticket to Ride will be invited to visit Manhattan with the new Ticket to Ride New York, which Days of Wonder will release in July. Ticket to Ride New York is set in the famous city, with players trying to link famous landmarks like Central Park and Times Square with other popular destinations from the Bronx to Midtown, using taxi cab pieces instead of the familiar railway cars. It uses the same course system, but with a smaller map and shorter routes, and it offers quicker playing experience of about 15 minutes. And, of course, this is Target exclusive.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize we moved on to news that I don't give a crap about.
Well, okay, so I am a big fan of Ticket to Ride.
Although 15 minutes for Ticket to Ride, that seems like almost too good to be true.
Well, I did watch a video today. Like Tom did like a first look at it
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
on the Dice Tower, and he seemed like he was moderately impressed.
So,
Well, it's one of his top
Yeah.
favorite games,
So.
so.
I mean, and I do. I like Ticket to Ride. We have almost all the map packs. We have all the base games with the exception of Rails and Sails. Well, we don't have the 10th anniversary edition. But
No, but that's just the USA map in a prettier, bigger
right,
box.
exactly. I mean, I want to get the France and
Old
West
West
one. But this one does not excite me as much for some reason. I don't know. The taxi cab thing is kind of cute.
My question is,
sounding.
does it have a 10 to 15 minute price tag?
Well, it says 20-minute MSRP.
20 minute
I
MSRP.
I mean, $20.
Well, you did say...
I did throw her off, I think.
It's a
Yay. You
$20.
did say a 10 to 15 minute.
I know, that's what I
Price
meant. It's
tag,
like,
yeah.
am I going to be willing to pay whatever they're pricing it at for 10 to 15 minutes of
Oh, yeah.
gameplay?
It's $20 is what the MSRP is, which is Target's going to sell it for $20.
That's not so bad.
Yeah, not so bad.
All right.
I don't know, guys.
That's worth buying it, trying it, and returning it.
Can you do that?
People do that at Walmart.
So
You-
how,
I
return
okay.
used oil.
So you
question.
cut, you cut a slit, slide the... slide the
All right, question. How is this an expansion when you need everything from this box to play. Like you're not going to
I
use
think
any
it
from
was
the
poorly
base.
worded.
Because this can't be an
It's not
expansion.
an
Are we still
expansion.
talking about
you're not
Ticket to Ride New York?
Yes.
I've already
'cause
moved on
You're not
mentally.
using any pieces from the... Because normally you use the train cards.
Would you
from
go to a
the-
different city?
I don't know.
I think they're talking about expansion as in the
Universe?
In the universe.
Expanding the universe.
yeah,
there
the
we go.
universe or
Sure.
the what the brand, expanding the brand of
Mm.
Ticket to Ride. You know, like
Yeah, okay. I'll buy that. Whatever.
I'm throwing stuff out
Why
here
is everything Target exclusive now?
because Target sells a lot.
Target's annoying.
Because if you can get your game into Target, how many places have a Target?
I know.
How many places have multiple Targets?
Not us, but yeah, I know.
Like my hometown has 4.
Well, you're from a big town.
I know, but I'm just saying that's 4 places in Greensboro that might have this game.
Yeah, whatever.
Call that a city.
All right.
Target. I'm just remembering years.
What?
I'm waiting for the next
Oh,
story.
well, I didn't know
You're
that.
pausing and allowing
Everybody-
Philip to drift.
Yeah,
Oh.
don't let me drift. What are you doing?
Sorry, people.
Keep me on
Okay,
track.
So our next bit of news,
Squirrel.
the nominations for the Spiel des Jahres, the most prestigious game design award in Germany, have been released, as well as the nominations for Kennerspiel des Jahres and Kinderspiel des Jahres. Yes.
It's Jahres.
So you do pronounce the S?
The J is pronounced as a Y in German.
She said that.
She
Jahres?
keeps saying Jahres.
Well, not on purpose.
She's saying des Jahres.
Des Jahres.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Oh,
There was
that's what I was
also-
hearing.
There was also a special prize awarded to Pandemic Legacy Season 2 for something. It doesn't actually say what it was awarded. That's dumb.
It's just like a special
Just a
award
nod.
Yeah, it
because
was
a nod.
because it's a
A
legacy game.
Yeah.
They learned their lesson 2 years ago.
All right. So,
Season 2, everyone's a traitor.
so I'm just going to announce the Spiel des Jahres nominees. Unless you guys want me to do all of them.
Just say Spiel.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the nominees for Spiel des Jahres are Azul, Luxor, and The Mind. And then I guess I will do the rest.
The mind.
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
That's the one we talked about last time
last
with
time,
the
yeah.
the cards that go 1 to 100.
Oh, gotcha.
Which,
Yeah.
speaking of which, there was not a Super Mario version. Steph
Ah.
Steph lied to me. I did not see this.
Well, she might have been misinformed. Anyway, so the Kennerspiel,
That happens sometimes.
they're heavier games. It's the Quakers or Quackers. Is it Quackers or
I
Quakers?
think it's Quackers.
The Quackers
a
of
C?
Quedlinburg. It is a C. Pretty Clever and Heaven and Ale. And then Kinderspiel, which is the children's games, is Emojito, Dragon's Breath, and Panic Mansion. And the sad thing is, I've played none of these.
I've played Azul, and I was kind of disappointed. So it's probably going to win.
Oh, they're
Wasn't-
announced. They'll be
Wasn't
at.
Zool the bad guy in Ghostbusters?
No,
Azul.
Azul,
Azul.
as in
Azul.
blue in Spanish.
I
okay,
said one
gotcha.
version
Interesting.
of that.
Yeah,
So the Spiel and Kennerspiel will be announced on July 23rd, and the Kinderspiel is July 11th.
Yeah, they always announce that one earlier.
Interesting.
But yeah, I really want to try Panic Mansion or Shaky Manor, whichever one it's going to be called in the States.
Did we skip the whole joke part? Because I could probably make like a list of them.
Go
Do
for it.
I was
Start-
waiting, but then she went into the Kinderspiel.
Starting with, and I thought I couldn't like the Spiel des Jahres any less.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
Luxor is not
I'm-
even really
They've
wildly
officially
available.
announced that these awards have nothing to do with the kind of games that I like to play. And by the way, if I hear another freaking award for Azul go out, I may
Burn your Warhammer.
like it's to the point I want to buy up all the copies of Azul and then set them on fire.
So
You'll secretly run around and replacing people's pieces with Starburst.
Starburst,
Because
yes.
that's the running joke. But you do
Yes.
that without them knowing.
Yes.
And then it gets all hot
See
and
how
sticky.
long, well, I'm gonna see how long it takes people to realize that I've replaced their tiles with Starburst.
yeah, I don't know. I'm underwhelmed with the selections this year. Mainly just
Well,
because I don't.
I think-
it's because I haven't played them. I
I think
suppose.
probably the only copies of Luxor in existence went to the committee because it was a Kickstarter like just a few months
Well, you
ago.
got to remember that. Yeah, you got to remember that there should be like, I don't know. I feel like there needs to be a cap. Like, if your game is not available in retail, and I don't mean like not available over here because it's a German award, but I
Mhm.
mean like if it's not available at retail somewhere,
Mm.
then it should not be
Nominated.
a nomination.
Yeah.
Like, that can wait until next year.
Mm.
Well, but then it's not a new game.
Yeah, it is. If it goes into retail.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But then at the same time, I'm thinking like the Spiel award became this big thing, but it's really a select committee that's making these decisions, and like for some reasons they gained notoriety. That's really all it is.
Yeah. It's important because somebody said they were important.
It
Yeah.
lets you put a sticker on your game box and then double the price.
We need
Or
to
at
make.
least sell two.
Can we
two
have
more
our own
copies.
awards?
Yeah, let's do that.
Like the Dice
Yes.
Tower.
Because we play
Awards.
tons of games.
The
here.
Dirtbag Awards.
I'm not a dirtbag.
Munchkin always gets my vote.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, no.
Yes.
By the
all
way-
the
This
time.
is gonna be like the Dundies. Like the awards are gonna be the same each year.
By the way, I will just a note that Munchkin may play into our game show later on.
Yes.
Okay.
I take the barbarian birthright, and I can do what I want.
Anyways,
All right. So our last.
I think there was one more.
Yeah, the last bit of news is Eurozeo, maybe the private equity firm that owns.
Oh right, this one.
That owns Asmodee Group is exploring a sale of Asmodee at a price that could reach over 1.5 billion euros.
I've made this joke for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it again.
Mm-hmm.
Asmodee's set to buy Asmodee.
Wait, that's really what?
What?
They're trying what? So Eurozeo
Mm-hmm.
owns Asmodee Group,
Correct.
and they're looking to buy Asmodee.
No, they're
that's
looking to
the joke.
sell
Sell.
Asmodee.
In which
My
Oh.
joke was
In which
that.
Asmodee will probably buy itself.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, because this is under
Which is a possibility.
That's not
Eurozeo
wrong, yeah.
owns Asmodee, which is its own entity.
Yes.
But it's
I was making a joke.
So it would be like it's like how Disney owns
It was
Star
funny.
Wars now.
Yes.
And then it
And
died.
Star
Or-
Wars and Marvel
And Marvel.
Yes.
and
Like everything.
I don't know,
Okay.
like My Little Pony. And
Except for the difference
McDonald's
is
or I don't know.
everybody like blew their crap, going, "Oh my god, Asmodee's gonna get sold."
The
But, like,
bubble.
if you, well, yeah, like that. Yeah, everybody always refers to, "Oh my god, the board gaming bubble's gonna burst." But no, if you look into it, the group that she's talking about is an investment firm, and they literally go around, buy up groups, make them worth more, and then sell them off at higher than what they paid for.
That's
Mm.
interesting.
So like,
They flip companies.
yeah,
Yeah.
they flip. Like, that is literally what they do.
That's interesting.
So like, this was going to happen eventually, but it explains why Asmodee went around just like gobbling up all these firms, is because they were making it worth more.
They
Got all
Yeah.
they just
shady
Pac-Man
backroom
all over the place.
deals.
I think
Intriguing.
did you get that? That's
What's
what
that?
I was
yeah,
going
they
for.
just Pac-Man all over all these companies.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
By the way, Ember Silica would love to see our awards.
Nice.
I'm just putting it out there.
Okay.
There's one right there.
That's
Oh my
that's an award for us.
That's right. It's my award.
Anyways,
It's got
so
my name on
all
it.
right, you want to jump back into games now?
Yeah, we'll workshop that later on, though, the awards thing.
Well, we'll have to find a way of doing it
Yeah.
differently.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Cindy and I actually haven't played too many games as of recently.
well, not new stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, because this side of the table has got it covered.
But I did get in an older game called
But it's new to us.
yeah, new to us. Oh my goods, and it's a small little card game. And I'm gonna I'll explain a little bit of the game first. So it's a card game, and what you're doing is each person is trying to build and operate buildings, and through doing that, generate goods and trying to get points, basically. In the game, you're going to be... I thought you were going to get the cards out when you reached for it. But so you start the cards... I'm all frazzled. I didn't have the cards out and ready. So you start the game with 5 cards in your hand, and you have the option at the beginning of a round to draw 2 cards, or you can discard your whole hand, draw a new whole hand, and then 2 cards.
Oh.
And you have that option every round. So these are actually multi-use cards. So after you've gotten your cards into your hand, there's going to be what's called the market phase. There's the morning market and then afternoon market. So in the morning market, you start flipping over cards. I'm flipping these the wrong way. But and you're paying attention to what's on the side of the card, which is a good. So we have wood on this card. There's an ore, and you're going until you see some like half sun symbols. I'm actually getting a lot of goods out here. I did good for this, I guess.
There's one.
Oh, there's one. And once there's a second one out, you have your morning market is basically closed. And all the goods that have appeared will be available to you to operate your buildings. Like for this one, I need 2 wood and 2 brick, or 2 clay to operate and generate goods on it.
Is that a sheep?
Is this a sheep?
Yes.
That is cotton.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I'm all frazzled for some reason.
Do we need to restart, Colin?
Have we tried turning him off, Michael?
So, after the morning market has closed, you are going to basically, you're going to determine what building you are going to put your worker in, because everyone has a worker. And you can choose to put them in there at full capacity or lazy capacity.
Nice.
Full capacity means
full capacity or fill capacity.
Yeah. So you need to have all the goods either out in the market or in your hand in order to produce on the building that you've put them on. And if you go at lazy capacity, you can do it with 1 less.
Oh, okay.
But you're making 1 less good. So once you've actually done that, you can select a building from your hand to build also. These are the same cards that are in the market deck. They have the goods on them, but you're not using them for the goods. If you're building it, you're using it for the building. And you put that face down, and then after everyone's done that, you flip over some more cards. You have the afternoon market. So you're like, I hope there's some goods that pop out for me. Yeah. I mean, not with this one, because I got like 15 cards out.
Yeah.
But, and then once you see 2 more half suns, you will resolve your generating goods actions, and then
you can build your buildings if you have.
Now she jumps in.
Well, I think she was letting you go versus interrupting you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm used to interrupting. I think that's why I'm frazzled.
Sorry, what?
Like, I don't have my interruptions.
So I love the artist for this because it's
Clemens Franz.
Clemens Franz.
The guy that you hate, yeah.
I was about to say, like,
I love his artwork. I think it's really cute. He does a lot of my favorite games. And it's got lots of cute... there are some cute animals in here. Like, there is sheep.
I'm not surprised.
Somewhere there's
But did you like the game?
The first time we played... So, what you do, you played it... What
Sorry.
you do, you play to 8... so someone has 8 buildings in front of them. And then you do one more round. One thing I didn't say was... so this is an engine building game.
Yeah.
Each thing is making a certain kind of good, and other buildings will accept goods from different buildings when you're activating them.
Chain reactions.
Or your chain production.
Oh, right.
And what you're doing with the buildings, you're basically trying to get your buildings to work together. And in the last round, you can only, during the game, you can only chain the buildings that you've activated. And at the end of the game, you can chain everything. So no matter what, you're going to be able to activate a building if you have the opportunity to at the game. That makes me think I like this better than Terraforming Mars. Just putting that out there. Is there something going on in the chat that's more interesting than me?
No, I was looking up a price on this because it may play into my review.
Oh, okay.
I was double checking.
This is Catan. I've got wood, I've got wheat, I've got brick, I've got stone, and I've got wool
And
from sheep.
I've got no interest.
This is Catan.
There's no map though.
Huh?
No robber. No losing cards if there's a 7 rolled. Because there's no dice.
Other than the losing cards, so far everything you've told me is stuff that I actually like in Catan.
But anyway, so I was just saying, it's a card game. It's a fast-playing card game.
Can you believe he just
What I don't like about Terraforming Mars, it's a long game. Even with people that know what they're doing, it's a long game for what I get out of it.
Sure.
This, because it's an engine builder.
Yeah.
And this basically distills the feelings that I get in that game of enjoyment over that however 3-hour long game. It compresses all of that enjoyment down into 30 minutes. And so it feels like a fun game.
If we expand it out to like an hour and then use like some artwork that I actually enjoy, then we could talk about Imperial Settlers and suddenly I'm on board. Which, by the way, we still need to... I mean, you've almost played it.
Almost, yeah.
As 51st State. But some of the things I don't like about 51st State are in... Well, it's the reason I have Imperial Settlers and don't have 51st State anymore. But...
So I apologize for my poor explanation of that. I didn't have the cards out and ready like I usually do, and I think
it's
it
all good.
Totally frazzled me.
I got it.
It's all good. Well, jumping to actual cool games... I'm kidding. It's just I got a miniatures game here, so...
that looks awful to me.
The Walking Dead, well, if it does, it's because I painted it.
Just not even that. The box and the title and it just looks awful. Not interesting at all.
Thank you. I got dinner. So, well, I mean, you're not a fan of zombies.
Right.
And this is the artwork from the Walking Dead comic book.
Right.
So that's why, this is not based on the TV show. This is the license from, it's even got like part of Skybound, who's the comic company. Oh, there's a cat in here.
It's my
Snuck
buddy.
past you.
My buddy Winchester.
So many jokes.
Today's episode, special guest star Winchester.
And I could say something that I'm not going to.
So
Hang on. Mute everything. Cindy has a dirty joke. Stream, we'll be right back.
So, unlike like your standard, I mean, I'm not even really going to go into detail about how it plays because it's like your standard miniatures game. You activate your miniature, you do like one of a couple of actions, and then you roll dice to stuff. I mean, like that. The core mechanics of the game are very easy to pick up on, especially if you played other miniatures games. I will talk about what's different about this as opposed to those games, and that you're not actively trying to kill the zombies. The zombies are like an obstacle that's out there. It's really like a survivor versus survivor. So like he's playing, a couple. I'm not going to name names because that's not going to make any difference for you two. But like he's got a couple of survivors from the comic book. I've got a couple, and I'm trying to get more of these. Or it depends on what scenario you're playing. But as a general, there's these supply tokens out there, and you're trying to get more supply tokens than your opponent. And the zombies are just kind of in the way nuisance.
Yeah.
But it's an in the way nuisance that will dogpile on your character and kill you. So it's like you can't ignore the zombies, but your goal is not to just run around and just like, boom, I kill that one and I kill that one.
Kind of like how the comic.
Yeah, that's what I was
going
gonna say.
Yeah.
Like, it does
Yeah.
a really good job of like, if you liked The Walking Dead, I think you're going to like this game. Another thing it has is you can play this solo, which playing a miniatures game solo sounds really weird, but you can do it because there's one of the big mechanics is there's a threat meter, and it determines when the game is over. And the threat meter's put into different parts, and if the threat gets too high, you have to roll a punishment before. It's called like a panic. Before certain characters, each one has a threat level on them, and when it gets too high, you have to roll that die before that person can activate. And it may end up like sending your character off running in a different direction, or moving the threat meter up even higher, kind of thing. And the things that elevate it is there are cards that do it, or anytime you fire a weapon, like not like beating someone over the bat, but fire a gun, threat meter goes up one by one. Oh, by the way, it also attracts every zombie that's nearby. So it's just little neat mechanics like that. And like I said, because you're playing up against that timer, that's what allows you to do it solos. Can I go grab all these before that meter gets too high? And it also, because that meter, it ramps up the tension really quick. Like I was playing, and that's how I demoed this. I demoed this just playing solo. And I was doing it. I'm like, oh, I'm killing all these zombies. Like, I'm in a great position. And then next thing I knew, my threat meter's like all the way up at the high because I've been shooting the guns a lot. And it's like, oh, every time I flip this card over now, I'm going to get like 3 new zombies added to the board. So, if you're also another... so the thing is, what I was looking up is that the retail price point on this box is $50.
Oh, wow.
And that's not a bad price. If you're someone, it's like I said, if you like Walking Dead, so it's like, who is this for? If you don't like Walking Dead, or you've got your other miniatures game, this isn't for you. If you're looking for like the miniatures experience, like you're curious about it, but you don't want to get fully invested in like a big miniatures game, this is a good option, especially if you like The Walking Dead. It only comes with like 5 heroes, but they have expansion packs. I mean, it's a miniatures line. The one downside I do have with the game is that, and I understand this based on the price point, but on the box, on the core box, they showed this like cool terrain that's in here.
Yeah.
That's a separate pack. It just comes with cardboard tokens basically for scenery. So like
they did that whole thing with the Time of the Daleks thing. Gale Force 9.
Yeah, like I don't like it. Like if it's on that box, I feel like it should have been in the package.
Yeah, you would think so.
Yeah,
that's weird.
And like all the tutorials show it with the tokens. So, but yeah, there's a whole scenery pack that you could get and do up. So yeah, from romantic games, The Walking Dead All Out War, I would give this a thumbs up. I want to run Philip through it at some point. Or, I mean, honestly, I could just give him the box and let him play through it at some... Because the space also, it's a 20 inch by 20 inch square is your play area.
Okay.
Which is not... I mean, that's like...
That's small.
That's like desk space.
Yeah.
So...
Is it, do you have to pull out a tape measure to do that, or does it give you some sort of measuring device?
Well, it's got, in the base box, it's got a piece of paper that you unfold to make your map.
Okay, all right.
And then it comes with a cardboard cutout for ruler, because there is measuring, but you need to use their ruler because it's got specific lengths on it. It gives you those lengths in the rules if you didn't have them, but it's got it pre-marked on this guide.
It's like X-Wing, your firing zones.
No, this is more of movement, because like if you walk up to this distance, you don't create any noise, but if you really need to get over there, this creates noise, which attracts zombies.
Okay, yeah.
So
okay, that's because that was that's one of the things in my X-Wing box.
Yeah,
there's tape measure. Yeah, so it's like, oh, I don't have a play mat, just get some tape real quick and map out a 3x3. Boom, there you go, you're ready.
No,
to play.
it's got a.
But if it's got like a piece of here's your map, that's cool.
Here's your map. Here's your map.
Here's your map.
And especially if you wanted to just there's, I mean, like you only see the 5, but that's all the. So there's let's see, 4, 8. The heck?
What was that?
18.
I think she started playing the live stream from the beginning. Yeah, so 18 minis.
Oh yeah, that was me.
I tried to go live. Sorry.
18 minis. And,
18.
Oh, where's the arrow?
It's on the actual.
Oh, it's on the spinner where it belongs. Okay, gotcha.
So that's the threat meter I was talking about. That's another minor beef, but this is like not really a quarrel. It like this is the important timer thing, but like you bump it and it can move. Like, oh, I have it at 11, but if I just shake this, it'll eventually go down to, like it can move all over the place.
Oh, darn, we bumped the table.
Yeah, I feel like it should have been like a slider bars. It's like something more rigid. But that's like not. I wouldn't not buy the game for that reason. Are you putting it back in the right place?
I did, because you put it up correctly, and I was trying to read the back, and I'm just like,
that was bothering me too. Don't worry.
I got taco neck now.
So, yeah, there you go.
Yes.
All Out War.
Remember those commercials?
I just recently showed Cindy those commercials.
Yeah.
The
All
Shack
right.
commercials.
Let's see. You'll talk flip ships.
Oh my gosh, I
sure.
love that game.
Flip ships. So this is probably the one flicking dexterity game I will ever play ever.
Well, it helps. It's co-op.
I love it
Okay,
so
it
But
much.
this
helps
was
that it's co-op.
this was our cool down game for Friday. Like this
It
is
also
one last game before we go hit the bed.
it also helps that I can just do my flicking technique, which is
Using your thumb.
go big or go home. Yeah, I don't have Collin's like flicking control on his. Yeah, I'm just bam. bam. There you go.
I'm actually better at
Flip.
flip ships than Collin is.
That was one time.
No.
Because in the
No.
first game, I was doing awesome.
No.
She's like, nope. I won once. I am the queen of everything ever.
Well, it's co-op.
Because I am a little whiny baby. Anyway, it's a good game.
It was a fun game. How we were down to 2 health on the Earth.
Oh yeah.
That's
Nice.
usually what happens.
Did you guys kill the mothership?
We
Yeah.
did.
Awesome.
We did. We were, and God, because everyone was like worth double. So then they're
Oh,
all
yeah.
slamming into the earth, and we're just like, all right, yep.
We did play it slightly wrong.
Oh,
yeah?
what'd you do?
We on the last turn let a cup to get like our last ship, to get like our last 1 or 2 ships. We like let a couple go down that we didn't need to, but we would have like we didn't use up all our chances at the very end for the last round, so it wouldn't have made that big of a difference.
Because like the actual rule is when you're
On
in
the last round,
final battle,
it doesn't matter how much damage you go down, you don't get that many ships.
yeah, whenever it gets on the ship marker on the damage token, you don't pull your ship out of the
So just a
reserve.
quick
Gotcha.
description for those who
Yeah.
haven't played flip ships
It's fun.
is basically it's like Space Invaders meets Ice Cool almost,
Yeah.
where you've got these little ships that you're trying to flick onto these invaders that are coming down, and when enough
Little
of them
cards.
and when enough of them clear, like if it lands on the card, it clears, and there's special powers that dictate how they move down. And when you clear off enough of them, you then have to try and like flick them into this giant basket-looking thing. That's the mothership.
Yeah. I never played Space Invaders. I played Galaga.
Yeah,
And I've heard the comparison also to Galaga.
Yeah, it's
kind of.
So you guys were playing where if you went past the pain threshold or whatever, or damage threshold, you would get your ship in that. No,
Which-
you don't go
which-
down
No, it's
in
no,
damage
which-
till
on the
end of
last
round.
turn. On the last turn.
on the very last. Yeah, so like when you're looking at it, there's a little marker, and when you hit the marker,
Yeah.
you pull one of your ships out of the reserve.
During
right,
the
but
final-
but that's at the end of the round that you
At the final
go down in
assault,
points.
when you go down, you're not supposed to get those ships. The last ones where
When
everybody
everything comes down and
when
hits you no
everything-
matter what, and
yeah,
it's
when
double
everything-
damage
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
right
Because-
before the mother.
Because they're hitting so hard that they're destroying your ships in the reserve, so you can't pull them out of reserves. I
and
get what
so
you're
you
saying.
can't do what we did and leave some ships because we're like, oh, we want this many to go through so that we get all of our ships.
I don't know
Yeah.
that we've ever
And then we have
gotten
more
to
chances.
that double damage round.
Not without having all our ships.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
I did like the
Rub it in.
I did
We're
like
just
that.
Or we're just bad that we die much sooner.
Well, no, it sucks because
'cause
like
we've
we
won a
got
couple
we got
times.
or
I know.
in our play we got our 3rd tier ships and couldn't use their special abilities because they don't come into play in against the mothership.
Right, right.
Yeah.
There are a few that do, which is fun.
Well, no, meaning like when you have just the mothership left,
Right.
it
That's
says
what I'm saying.
Yeah, like when you declare that you're attacking the mothership with one of the powers.
oh yeah. Like there was
it's
the
like,
there's
the
the
"I'm
one that like
declaring," goes
if
on.
you
I have
don't
no
hit
choice.
anybody, you can move your
the
yeah,
the
you
flicking
can
point to
reset
try
and flip at the mothership. Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun.
So I mean, like I liked that everyone had a different power on the ships. It
I think
wasn't
that's really cool too.
It wasn't like every ship had the same ability. It was all.
Mhm.
I'm like that is.
Did you
that
guys
is a cool
play a
mechanic.
4-player game?
No,
3.
just 3 of us.
Okay, so you didn't have all the powers.
No. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not going to be like I'm not going to like recommend it.
Mm.
Like it wouldn't be like, "Ooh, let's play flip ships," but someone would be like, "Hey, let's play flip ships." I'd be like, "Okay."
Oh, okay, you're saying you wouldn't
Yeah.
suggest it.
I wouldn't suggest
That-
it,
yeah.
but I wouldn't turn it down either.
I enjoy it. Who's it by, Chris?
Renegade.
It's a renegade game.
So, did you guys have anything else or
I'm gonna save mine because
Alright,
I
we're
did
gonna
such
speed
a
up.
bang up job
Alright.
with the last one.
I'll do one. We'll do one last one before we move into until we move into the talking, and that is so. When I heard about this game, I knew I immediately had to try it based on the theme, and that is Betrayal at Baldur's Gate,
Mm-hmm.
and that is so Betrayal at House on the Hill. This is where it tie back to our news. I've had the game. We've played it a couple times. It's one of those like. It's great when you first start playing into board games, and then you start learning a lot about different mechanics, and then you get kind of bored of the old, of like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is different because it involves the city. Instead of being a haunted house, it's the D&D city of Baldur's Gate. And so I was like, okay, I have to play this. And What?
You got to find 2 of those tiles and put our bars on there.
No, that was Waterdeep. This is
Oh,
Baldur.
that's right. Waterdeep.
Baldur's Gate was the first city we went to.
That's right. We need Betrayal at Waterdeep now. That's what we need.
So when I looked at this, because one thing is like if you look at this game versus like the artwork looks a lot better on the cover box.
Mhm.
But so I also saw the components like the tiles and some of the cards and everything looks a lot better. So I was like, ooh, I think this might replace Betrayal House on the Hill, even though I don't play it that much.
Mhm.
Then I saw the miniatures.
Oh no.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get everything's kind of a flux in there. Where did I have them?
Did you throw out the punch boards?
Oh.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's the problem.
Oh.
I know.
Give me one of the tiles real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got the same coffins.
They're coffins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you guys are talking about with coffins. I'm like, they're just like arrows, guys. What are you
So
talking
guys, here's what the minis look like.
Oh.
It's like the same quality as the original.
But like
Is that supposed to be a staff?
yes.
Why is it?
It's like a
broken?
bow without a string.
It's more of a bow.
And
It's like
this
It's a bow staff.
and look at this sword is like
This is
That's one of those.
like and the deal is it's like, oh, I could fix there's no plastic, like there's no weight to like it
May
like,
I?
Yeah.
Can I see the green or the blue tiny person?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's just like a little.
Oh my word, this is so cheapy.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Should I put it next to that good miniature?
oh my god, yeah. Yeah, here.
Yeah, we're gonna replace these minis with our Lannisters, and then we'll be.
This is awful.
Yeah.
It's like so cheap. You could have 3D printed this and done a better job.
You know,
Oops, sorry.
Chris is like, I might.
Yeah, it's yeah. That's
Wow.
Did the what?
I don't know, it just looks like this thing may have broke.
His
Oh,
hand
well.
broke off. Good
Yeah.
job, Cindy.
Anyways.
No, it
Yeah,
was like,
so
oh, I
it's
got it.
Didn't take much.
yeah, and I flipped through, we played one and it played a lot quicker than I remember Betrayal taking.
Philip has a miniature in his hands.
It played a lot quicker than I remember, but it could have been just that's the thing with Betrayal is every scenario is different.
Right.
So I don't know if it was just that.
So did you enjoy the gameplay?
Yes. Like I enjoyed the one scenario, but at the same time,
Was it full co-op or was it like
it was
normal?
full. It was full co-op, the one we
Okay.
played. But at the same time, it's just Betrayal. Like there's not like it's not really adding anything new to it. Like I was
it's just reskinning it.
it's a reskin. Like they could have taken the opportunity to like make it a second edition kind of. You
Yeah,
know, to
just-
to
That's
bring
why
to
they're
make
doing Legacy.
to make it more modern. Yeah, sure.
Even the haunt is still called the haunt, right?
I
Even
think
though it's
so.
not a haunt.
Well, it is. It depends on the scenario. I read through some of them because I wanted to see what some of the different ones were. Like the one we did was like a battle at Baldur's Gate where like a dragon comes out kind of thing, but it didn't really have. Yeah, so it's like if you don't have Betrayal at all, and you like if you had to choose between Betrayal at House on the Hill and Betrayal at Baldur's Gate, if you like D&D, go with this. But this is not really. I mean, I don't like it because I am a components person, but there might be people out there that could overlook that. I'm not gonna like bash. I'm not detracting because I think this is like a $40 game, and there is a lot in here for that price.
I'd like to do like just standees.
Yeah, like that's yes. I even mentioned this. If you're gonna have bad miniatures like that, I'd prefer like meeples.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember you saying
Or
that.
like
or not
Dead,
even-
Dead of Winter did standees and it
Or
looked
not
fantastic.
even or standees or like just the wooden pieces that's like the little head and then the oval or the cone basically.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
Just
pawns.
those pawn type things, just those. Like that's you've got the character art on the card, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah.
Pandemic did it great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Sure.
that would be perfectly fine with me. And honestly, if they did that, this would be a solid recommendation for me probably. Like that would increase my enjoyment a lot. But for me, the minis just were kind of like
It really turned
like-
you off.
yeah, it really was like, guys, we didn't even try on this. So, if you've never played Betrayal, I feel like you kind of need to just to get a feel for it. And there's a lot of good mechanics in there. Although I just feel like for me, it was kind of a missed opportunity to maybe revamp a little bit of that. And like I said, the components. So it's one of those. If you want a good horror game, you might enjoy this.
Cool.
If you're like me and are a big stickler for miniatures and components, you're probably going to get turned off on it.
Mm. I still have hope for Rob Davio kind of tweaking it.
And if it's a better price point, I think that's what kind of throws it off is the price point. Because it's a lower price point, you end up getting lower quality minis.
Mm.
That's where I brought in the bit about I'd rather they just didn't do minis.
Yeah.
So.
You listening, Rob?
And with that,
If you are, please say something in the chat.
No. So before we move on to talk, me and Philip talking some more, just a reminder that this show is sponsored by Easy Roller Dice, and I'm trying to think of what products that I could use to talk about this time.
The dice, the beard oil.
We talked about
the dice
those.
Tray.
Talked about those. Oh, they got a really cool dice cup. Have you seen this? I don't have. It's like one of the products I don't have.
Okay.
But it's a it's a dice cup, but it's made out of like that same material as the dice trays. That like somebody said it. It's not leather.
Suede?
I don't know. I don't
Pleather.
think it's suede. It's kind
Vinyl?
of like a vinyl. That's
Vinyl.
it. Vinyl. The vinyl kind of look. Think of their dice trays, but smaller and taller. And like it's like padded on the inside, so it doesn't make like a whole lot of noise.
So
Oh, you were talking about the outside material.
That's the
Oh, yeah.
outside material.
So like the outside is black, the inside's the
Yeah.
Both.
yeah,
The
soft.
velveteen, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
And you know, it's
Good
like
word.
it's about like I've seen it. It's like this big around, like that tall. You put your dice in, and it's not like clankety clank like it. You could like feel it kind of like rumbling around in there.
You throw the metal dice in there, you're gonna get a little clankety clank.
I mean, not so much because I think it's designed for their metal dice.
Oh, there you
So
go.
it's it's got a lid on it too, so that's
there
why
you go.
it's more soundproofy.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
But it's a really cool thing. I need to get me one.
We'll need like a giant like gallon jug sized one for like the softball sized dice.
Oh, yeah.
Throw those on the table.
Or when you're playing like Warhammer, just like
Dude, you broke my
Or
minis.
Chris when he rolls his sneak attack dice. What are you up to now? Like 28 d6 on a sneak attack or something?
something like that. So yeah, like it's a really great product and it's pretty cheap. Again, I should have pulled up the price on this ahead of time. But yeah, it's a great deal. I want to say again, it's like $15, something like that. So
Yeah, that's pretty good.
if you need something to bling out your dice with, it's a good buy. So, all right, with that, let's talk CMON Expo.
CMON Expo!
So this was me and Philip's first time going.
Yes. It
Um,
was great.
So right off the bat, you pay $35 for a 3-day ticket, and they give you a swag bag full of games.
That's
And
amazing.
Which
That's-
was
There's a lot.
we both got copies of The Godfather, Corleone's Empire, and we both got copies of Way of the Panda, which isn't even released yet.
Wow.
And aren't those retailing for like $75 a piece?
Way of the Panda retails for $75. Godfather, I think, is market value around like 50-ish,
Oh, okay.
like
gotcha.
online kind of like going rate.
Yeah. So I mean,
So like
the cost of the 2 board games, you made your ticket back.
Yeah, like I could go sell these board games and make up the cost of the, And then that's not even it. Like the bag's full of a bunch of promos. Like I gave you guys the Lorenzo cards that we
Yeah.
got. There's a couple of like Zombicide. Oh my god! Like if you liked Zombicide, the first I don't
It's like
have
what,
the season.
5?
Huh?
Did they give like 5 boxes or 4
Yeah,
boxes?
and then there was a whole huge box of them.
Yeah. Oh, so much cool stuff in there.
Yeah, so like it's one of those like I know you guys are not fans of you're not like me and Philip when it comes to CMON games, but I think you would enjoy this con because it is more of a smaller convention.
It took up 1 ballroom.
Yeah, it's like
in the
one sure it's a big ballroom. But yeah, it's like one big ballroom in the Hyatt, and then they have a small room that they ended up expanding into for like free play stuff.
Well, I'm past the size thing. Like I think because we're eventually wanting to try to do like Spiel.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, but meaning like the things that you like about that you're telling us, like the reason why you go to Dice Tower Con, some of those filter into the CMON Expo as
Like
well.
it's just all gaming.
Yeah, it is like literally just all
Yeah.
gaming. Like sure,
I'm just
there's-
saying you can stop saying it's a
And-
small con. You'll be nice there.
And,
Well, no.
and painting.
But the reason I said it's a small con is that it is more gaming than it is the buying of
Gotcha.
games.
Gotcha.
That's what I meant by like it is.
Oh, so playing games is small time.
The larger a con and the more vendors you have, the more likely it is to focus on
Okay.
buying
I'm
stuff.
connecting pieces now.
There we
Okay. I wasn't just giving you a hard time. Half of it was hard time, but half of
Uh-huh.
it was getting in for
Like there is like they have a huge, the back wall is mostly their products, but there's not like a frenzy to buy products because most of them are available. Although the discount wall, they had a discount wall, and there
Discount wall was
there
sweet,
was a
which is where I
crowd.
bought
There was a
everything.
crowd of
Right.
people around the discount wall.
Oh,
We
man.
did get some pretty sweet
Was
deals
it all
on that.
CMON stuff? Or
Yeah,
what?
it's all CMON.
All
Okay.
CMON stuff. They sold out of Rivet Wars
Yeah.
on the first day.
Oh yeah, like no. The first day they didn't have any.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
right. They didn't bring any Rivet
so
Wars.
the
on
Rivet
first day.
Wars, like, which is one of their first games, I think. It's like their second or third. But like, yeah, they brought it in on Saturday, and people just went shoo, and like you
One of
saw people
everything.
just like walking out with stacks of everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I picked up Mass Mora for like $20-30,
That's nice.
and that's a game that was. I'll talk about it. I actually got to get it played. But that was a game that was like, this seems like it's my type of game, but I never wanted to throw down, like, it was like $80 or something like that for the Kickstarter when it came out, and then like on retail it was around 60, and I'm like, well, there were some okay reviews on it, so I don't want to. And then it was like, well, for $30, I mean, $30, and it has dice and there are Arcadia Quest characters I could use in Arcadia Quest. Sold.
That's cool.
It was. I had a really good time with this con. We demoed some game. I demoed Arcadia Quest Riders.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. Adds a mount to your character
oh,
Like
cool.
a nice
character.
huge mount too.
Oh, yeah.
Like if this is about the size of your Arcadia Quest character, the mount is like
like
Oh, yeah.
3-4 times the size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's-
Like
Uh,
it's something for the characters to ride on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
in the game rules,
like there's a little divot and you sit in it.
yeah, in the game
Nice.
rules, the mount fills a space.
Yeah.
So it's like if the mount's in the space, boom, it just sucks for anyone else who wants to roll through there. The mounts have special abilities.
And by the time this episode releases, the Kickstarter will be live, I think.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
but it was. I really enjoyed playing that. It was kind of fun.
A part of me was like, I need to play Arcadia Quest more, but then I saw it and I'm thinking to myself, if I wait till later, there's going to be Kickstarter promos
Yep.
that I'm not going to get. Like, it's going to be well worth the money. So,
Yeah.
in other news, we may be playing more Arcadia Quest.
Hey,
in
I'm not
the
opposed
next
to that.
in the next 30 days, you may see me trying to push a lot of Arcadia Quest.
Not opposed to this at all. Very fun game. What else? We played Way of the Panda.
We did try. We
Which
were
is
like,
one
well,
of
we
the-
have it.
Yeah.
We don't want to because it was like, why unbox it? Because I could sell it if I don't like it.
Yeah, you keep that shrink on it.
Keep
keeps
the shrink on it,
keeps
so I'll
more
just
value.
have them
Yeah.
demo it. Although I will say one downside about the convention is that there were not enough demo tables going around. Like when you go to like Gen Con and see how hard it is to get into a demo, almost that bad, and just that like you had to wait around while they were playing the demo, and the demos were different. Like it depended on the demoer whether they were doing like the full game or only like
Oh,
here's
wow.
30 minutes of the game kind of thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So because of that, like it was hard to get in a couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
But I found that there's a lot of play space, and they have a huge game well, not huge, but they have a decent sized game library with a lot of those titles in it. So if you're really desperate, you just go grab it off the shelf, teach it yourself.
That's
Which we
cool.
did that for
Chaos Ball.
Chaos Ball. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How was that?
that was kind of fun.
It was fun, but not worth buying.
Oh okay.
Like it was kind of like, yeah, it's a game.
If somebody else has it,
Yeah,
sure, I'll play it.
because it was the reason we did it because it was on super cheap on the discount rack, and like we could have spent like $50 and came away with like everything Chaos Ball.
Base game, all the
Yeah.
expansions.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's like you buying like different teams. And
Yeah,
stuff, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Because we were like, dude, we could get into this game, and then it's like, let's go try it first. And then we're like, not we're even on a discount rack.
We should get somebody else into this game.
Yeah,
Then we'll go play it.
So, anyways, Way of the Panda.
Way of the well, I enjoyed Way of the Panda. It is a fully cooperative competitive game.
Okay.
So like you are
It's
not
a
attacking each other.
It's a competitive game where you're not attacking the other person.
Yeah.
That's like it's an area control ish. It's area
So it's a Euro.
sort of.
The lore behind the game is there are four panda clans, and one of you is trying to become the Panda Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
and
you're trying to like build up these monuments kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's these each city has like 3 buildings that you build on it, and then you build like the base for like a palace or something, and rebuild those buildings again. And every time you get to that one of those phases, you get more different point values kind of thing. So you want to time it like, all right, he started it, got the most points. So if I build next, I'm not really going to get that many points. But to get to the end where I get the most points, I got to do something. So it's like, do I jump in now, or let's see if somebody else will build those smaller ones so I can get the big points?
And the one mechanic that it kept confusing.
Oh my
one
God.
guy.
There was one guy that just did not get this piece. So there's a list of actions. It's an action selection game where there's a whole sideboard, and it's got a ranking where by how much it costs. Like it goes like there's 4 tracks. Because you have 3 types of pandas. You have like a blue, a red, and like a green.
A blue, a red, and a green.
Yeah, and there's 3 tracks, one for each panda, and then there's like a wild track basically that costs more, but you could do the same panda multiple times, kind of thing. And each action, like the different actions, you can get more and more actions, but you spend more and more to do those actions. But the part that was tricking this guy up is once you do an action, you can't do anything below that action. And it goes up. So if you imagine like the 4 tracks going down, it would go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And so if I do item number 8, I can't do any of the actions above it. So like his second action, he goes way up on the track. And then
he jumped down to like action 15.
Yeah, so we're like, he's like, oh, I'm going to go here. We're like, you can't do that. And he's like, oh, well, I got to go here. Like, no, you can't do that either.
You just did action 15. You could do 16 through 20. You can't
like,
do
I
1
think
through
he
14.
thought that when you couldn't go back, it meant you couldn't go farther down on that track. But we were like, we explained multiple times that it goes up and down each of the tracks.
That sucks.
So it was just like, all right, I guess I passed because he didn't have anything and enough pandas to do the higher up stuff.
Oh, that sucks.
Everybody kept asking me what I thought of this game, and I went, I don't know. Like, we only did 2 rounds, and I feel like that is not for this game, like, it was enough to do okay, I'd like to play a full game. It got me interested to play a full game, but I don't know how, I wasn't overly impressed, but I wasn't, like, dissatisfied.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like, I'm intrigued, but I'm not like, oh man, this is cool, I want to play more. It's just like, it's more of, I really need to figure, I want to play a full game to see how that compares.
So was there anything at the con that did impress you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's get into that, because I'm hearing a lot of meh.
Well, I'm getting the meh out of the way first.
Okay.
Gotta get the meh out of the way.
Well, I'm done with the meh. Let's get into some meh.
So first of all, I'll talk about the game I went and bought like immediately after our play. Well, the next day because we were stockpiling stuff to get tickets for promos.
That's a fun story. I'll tell that later.
13 Clues.
Oh, I played that.
Yes. I played this game, and I was like, I have to have this game. Because, like, I explained it to you. It takes everything I loved about Alchemists and throws away everything I hated about Alchemists. So this is Cindy, you would like this game.
Okay.
It's a logic game. It's a pure logic deduction kind of game where there are clues. So everybody has, like, a board. Think like a little a Dungeon Master screen thing. Everybody's got one. And think of it like Clue, where you have a person, place, and murder weapon.
Right.
Everybody gets dealt those, and you pick the cards for the person on your left and put them on the outside of their screen so they don't see what they have.
Okay.
And then you have 2 cards, because you get dealt 5. You put 3 in your other screen, so somebody's putting them in yours. And the 2 you have left, you put on the inside of your screen.
Okay.
So I can see everybody else's clues except for my own. And then everybody's got 2 clues that only they can see.
Okay.
Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
And the point of the game is you got to try and figure out what's on the outside of your screen.
Sure.
And the way you do this is that each category of item has 2
subtypes.
It has a color, and it's either for the person. For the people, it's a color and male or female. For the places, it's color, indoor, outdoor. And then for the weapon, it's melee or ranged. And so what I do is on my turn, you get these token clue tokens, and you spend them to ask questions. So I go, Collin, and I give him a token, which is then he'll have an extra question on his turn. Collin, how many green cards do you see?
No, look at my.
And he'll look at
the back of my screen and everyone else's screen, and say like how many I see. Like,
so he may say 2, and I'm like, okay, well I can see 1. So
either I have
the one in front, I have a green in front of me, or it's one behind his.
Okay.
So and then you have a sheet that you can mark down and keep notes of like, okay, I think it's this or this for me, and then you keep going. Like Collin may ask like, how many males do you see, or that kind of thing. And so by listening to everybody's questions, you're kind of marking off like things, and then when you figure it out, you spend a clue token and say, I'm this, this, and this, and they either say yes or no. And the thing is, you're not out when you say, it's just you've given more information to somebody.
To the pool. Yeah.
Because, like...
Now they know you don't have this behind your screen.
Well, no. Well, also, they know they don't have that on their screen. Because, like, for instance, if I say, I'm the Countess in the park with the knife, Philip knows he doesn't have the Countess in the park with the knife in front of him, because if I could see it, I wouldn't have said it's me.
Right.
So that's extra information that Philip now has.
Oh, I see.
To say that, okay, I'm not this card, and this card. It's
gotcha.
really awesome, and it plays up to 6 people. We played it 30 minutes?
Yeah, I think we did 2 rounds of it in under an hour.
Yeah, we did 2 rounds of 6 people. And this is one of those where when the player count skews, I think the time stays the same.
Yeah, because the same amount of information is getting out there.
It scales how many cards are available, and like what you didn't see is that lower player counts, cards go out in the middle that you can spend a clue to look at those.
Oh, okay.
And so like I played this with 5 people, and it still took the same amount of time as when we played with 6.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
but
so Collin got to play this.
Yeah, I was bad. Like how I explained "Oh my goods" earlier, that was my brain during this game, and Chris told me like he saw 3 orange cards at one point. I'm like, okay, I'm not any orange cards. I'm like, you doofus.
But after playing it the first time, I was like listening to people, and like there was one girl when I played it, she's like, oh, I'm not going to ask you a question because I already know what you have behind your screen. I was like, what? Like she was paying enough attention to what I was answering to figure out what I had behind my screen. So she knew not to ask me questions because I wasn't going to really be able to give her any information.
That's intriguing.
Yeah. So after that, I started taking even more notes and like working on a better strategy, and I started getting to the point where I could help,
Okay, yeah.
So, but I really enjoyed this game. Not the coolest game I saw at the con, though.
So, Philip, I want to
Yes.
hear from you, though.
Okay.
Because Chris has been talking a lot.
Well, Chris talks a lot.
I understand, but you need to talk now. So tell me, you said that there was a story behind getting the
Oh, yeah, you want to
ticket.
talk about the store?
tickets. So, we go down, 10 o'clock on Thursday morning. And not Thursday morning.
You got there Thursday.
Friday.
Friday morning. Well, okay. See, this is also because Chris kept thinking it was a day later than it actually was.
My brain was offset. Like Friday, I'm like, oh my God, I got to get in everything today because tomorrow we're leaving. And then it's like, oh wait, tomorrow's Saturday. We still got like a whole nother day.
Yeah.
Nice.
Friday morning, go down. I demo. Chris ran off and did something, so I demoed Riders, and then we went and looked at the games on the wall and everything. And what did I buy immediately? I bought Smog immediately.
Oh yeah, because that was where we saw it real cheap. Like Smog was like $20.
Yeah, it was.
That was what I bought. Masmora was like $30.
Yeah. So just bought that immediately, and then so we grouped our stuff together, and I got 1 ticket. I think I don't remember. No, I got 2 tickets.
At the time, we didn't even think of it.
How do you get tickets?
Well, you get a ticket for every $25 you spend there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we didn't even at the time. It was not even from a hey, let's combine to get tickets. It was a oh hey, you wait here in this line since we're both ringing up stuff. And I'll pay you back. I'm going to go wait in the line for events and sign us up for stuff.
Yeah. So I go and I get my ticket and just glanced at it real quick. It was 1,600 something. So I'm like, cool, whatever. Put it in my pocket. Come down. I think I ran stuff up to the room real quick and then come down, do some other stuff. Maybe 3 hours later.
That was when you looked at the discount wall. And
that was when I looked more at the discount wall. Yeah. Bought some more stuff. And then the guy hands me a ticket. it's 16,000 something.
Ah.
And I'm just like, in 3 hours, you guys sold 15,000 tickets at $25 a piece. Holy crap! You guys just made so much money in
Spoiler
3
alert.
hours.
Spoiler alert,
Jeez.
they just had 2 rolls of
They
tickets.
just had 2 rolls of tickets.
It was depending on which register you went to.
Oh, that's hysterical.
But I'm just doing the math. I'm like, these guys are raking in the dough. This could have been a free convention. What are you guys doing?
That's hysterical. Oh my gosh.
This could have been a free convention, and you could have gotten everyone a hotel room for the weekend.
So what do you do with the tickets? After
They have promo.
all of the for the Kickstarters and everything, like they print a bunch of these promos and they get them out there. But then not a lot of people, they do back at the level. So they're like, all right, 700 people backed at this level. We need to make 700 of these promos. And then people like drop their pledge down. It's like, oh, we got 100 extra promos laying
all
around.
the promos that you can't get because you didn't back the Kickstarter, they're like special ticket. You can
Okay.
spend tickets to get those items.
so was there stuff for Rising Sun?
There was.
Was there?
There was. It was the monster pack.
Not for Rising Sun, I don't think.
What about the playmat?
Because I remember.
No, I wanted to get. I was like,
No.
please, do you have the playmat for sale? And
Seriously,
they're like,
we would have bought the entire discount wall if the playmat was for sale.
or even if it was like money, I was fully expected to like drop money down at the store to get a playmat.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they were like, we have a couple in the tournaments if you want. I'm like, I'm not going to win a tournament.
Aw.
I love the game, but I am not good at the game.
Mm.
It was because the Daimyo pack was for sale. It was
Yeah.
it was the monster pack. Was one of the promos.
If so, it must have went out really quickly because I don't remember seeing it. I remember
Well, you
seeing.
already have the monster pack, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it was one of the ones you were like, I already have that. Never mind, and just blotted it out of
Yeah.
your mind.
But a lot of the like, there's like a Arcadia Quest figure. You have it, don't you?
I do.
It's an Arcadia Quest figure called Princess Pearl that looks like the Princess Zelda.
Nice.
Mhm.
Oh, she's
Oh, yeah.
pretty.
Actually, it looks more like the princess from Neverending Story.
That's what I was just thinking.
Oh, yeah.
She's pretty.
As soon as you said started talking, I was like, "Ooh."
But like we were talking to one of the people, like people buy those and flip them online at eBay. Like the going rate for that figure is $100.
Oh my gosh. He's showing us something.
Oh, then like Blood Rage.
Mhm.
Yeah. The going rate for that is like, yeah, like
like this right here, and this right here. It's like $180.
yeah, like if he sold those on eBay for cost, he could pay for the games that he bought.
Holy cow.
So that's why people go crazy buying up a lot of stuff to get tickets to then get promos to flip and then pay for the stuff that they got.
Mm.
Wow.
and there was some really neat. One of the
But you bought Rum and Bones.
I did buy Rum and Bones. Yes.
That's nice.
So that's a game I've actually been
Is
wanting
it
to
second
play.
tide or the first one?
No.
The first one.
So they
But-
had Second Tide at retail cost. But this was on sale for like 30?
It was like $30.
But they had an upgrade kit that basically takes the minis in here and gives you the new cards and rules for the Second
Oh,
Tide.
cool.
Nice.
But because Second Tide has new factions,
Mhm.
so you don't get those, but this gives you the experience
So
of
if
that.
you were to get second tide, you'd have
more
so
stuff.
many more
Yeah, yeah,
factions to use.
And that wasn't at a
That's cool.
discount or anything, so he could still go get it now for the same price it was at the store.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that looks good. So I'd actually want to I'd want to play this for like a couple games, see what's going on,
Yeah, of course.
and then play that.
Well, because the reason they said is that this is a highly sought after item for the people that back the original Rum and Bones, and this is not really available very much.
Mm.
So it was one of those like, this is an opportunity to jump on, and if you
Yeah.
like it, then there's
Then it's really
opportunity
good.
for more.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Everything you're setting on the table sounds all the more epic because we have this pile of metal coins here. And we're like, wow, there's metal coins in there.
I was thinking that there were. I forgot they were on the table. Oh my gosh, I forgot they were on the table. That's amusing.
And Priscilla was like, wow, that's a lot of money. Yep, pretty much. We're talking CMON here.
Yeah.
We're talking about people with a lot of money.
Mhm.
So so the game I enjoyed the most though
Yes.
out of the CMON Expo.
Is it a character from Gremlins?
Dragon Castle.
Yes, multiple of them.
Yes.
Gizmos. Oh my god. Oh my god. Especially after our playthrough of Potion Explosion the other night, which I gotta say, when we played it, it lost a little bit of allure. Like, it was not the same.
It wasn't just because I was being stupid?
No, it wasn't that.
Thanks for confirming.
But, like, I played Gizmos, and I'm like, Potion Explosion, you got to watch out, because your spot on my top 50 list may be going to Gizmos.
Wow.
Like,
So did you get Gizmos?
it's not available yet.
Oh.
And then I got custom dice for 2 of the factions.
Oh, nice.
So, in Gizmos,
Nice,
so
nice.
this is a game, I think it's a Gen Con release. They didn't specifically say when I think it's still there. It's in the final stages of stuff, but this game is awesome. So imagine, you've all, I don't know if Phillips played Potion Explosion, but you got the track, like think of the container with the track, except for it's a big container and one track. So not as much AP in that regards.
Okay.
Also, it's not marbles; they're these little plastic balls because they have like it's supposed to be like sciencey and stuff, and there's little air bubbles in them to make them like sciencey and stuff. But the way it is it's an engine building game, so you might enjoy this. The way it works is that there's a set of there's a bunch of cards out on the thing. Like there's a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3, and you have a starter board that has like all the actions you can do. Like one of the actions is called Archive, which is where you can like reserve a card in Splendor. You know how you like it? You can take a card and now only you can get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing for Gizmos, except for like you're originally limited to just one. But you could build stuff that will upgrade that option so you could archive more. Or file it, I think is what it's called. Or there's some that like you can just take a marble from the track. Well, there's cards that you could get to like, and the cards cost the materials that you grab from the track to build. Like there's a ring that you put them all in. You're limited to 5 at the beginning, but there's an upgrade you can get that makes it so you can have more. Not only that, there are cards that's like when you take a red marble, or when you build a red card, you can grab a marble from the track. And then you may have a card that says when you grab a red marble, you get to do this. So it's like when I play this, I can grab this red marble, and because I grabbed a red marble, I can do this other action. So you can kind of chain all these things together.
Nice.
And it's really, I only played like a couple of rounds, and it was really fun. Really, really fun.
Yeah, I saw pictures, but I want to see video of it.
I have video. I just have to finish. I just got to edit it together. It's going up soon.
Bastard.
Cool.
You could get a sneak peek.
Yes.
He was going to
seems
edit, but we had a
intriguing.
podcast.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So, trying to think other big. I mean, we did some painting stuff.
We did some painting. We did gaming with a guest.
Oh, yeah, that was we played Dragon Castle.
Played Dragon Castle.
You want to talk about
That
that?
was kind of fun.
Oh yeah, that's
It-
one I was wanting. I was curious
I'm
It
about.
had
curious about it,
it
too.
was so we got to play with Brittany Bow, Bebo, formerly of GameWire, now of Bold Games, and it was kind of funny. We sat down at the table, and I was like, "Oh, everyone's going to spread out a little bit," and then they all three sat in chairs next to each other, and I'm just like sitting across from you. So it's like, am I at a performance review or something? Like, what's going on here? Jeez. But
Philip, we all love you.
that's right. This is an intervention. We set up the board. They're mahjong tiles.
Yeah.
Is what they are. And then your objective is to like draw them in pairs, put them on the board. When you get 4 of a specific color next to each other, you have to flip them, and that's the minimum. So it's like
Okay, I was going to say, I think you can do more.
You can space it out properly to be like, all right, I got 3s and 3s and 3s, and then when I drop, bam, you can flip like 10 of them over at once.
This is,
and
I don't
everything.
want to go into too much detail on this one because this may be a future review for all
Okay.
of us.
Gotcha.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. But it was real fun to play. There's a bit of an aspect of gotcha. Because
Yeah.
like I was looking at everyone's board, and I'm just sitting there like, oh hey, Bebo's probably gonna want those 2 tiles right there, and it's my turn. 2 tiles. There we go. How about them
yeah,
apples?
Yeah, exactly. This was a game. This is another one I need to give another play to because it's also real quick. So it's one of those like that went by really quickly. I need to give it. Also, I didn't do so well on scoring. So it's like, I need to give this another chance.
I was completely ignoring some of the scoring like requirements. It was just more of a.
Oh yeah, you're you.
I am. I munchkin.
what
Do
you
I do
want.
well or do I
also
screw
a-
you up?
There was
Sorry, I
also a
munchkin
couple of
everything.
scoring things I didn't understand, like I kept forgetting about them, and then it's like,
Okay.
wait, when can I play this?
Hmm.
Or so like I said, this is one that I think I need more. I want to give it another chance, or not another chance, but another try.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a
I
great
have-
production.
I have
I'm
to ask,
curious
is
to
there a
try it.
solo mode?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm curious. Or if someone wrote something like, okay, play computer mahjong with the
I mean, I
tiles
guess you-
from
Oh, that'd be.
I
Dragon
guess you
Castle.
could to see who, because there's a scoring, so you could just try and get a higher and higher score.
Or is that too? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just talking about playing traditional mahjong.
Yeah.
I mean, not traditional, but
Yeah.
Windows 95 traditional.
Yeah.
I played that all the time.
Isn't it in? Is that in BoWeb or is that on its own?
I don't
Do you know what BoWeb is?
know.
Best of Windows Entertainment Pack.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never called it that. It's called Windows Entertainment Pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got Chips Challenge
right,
and all
and
those. Yeah.
skier, the ski jump one.
Ski
Yeah.
free.
And if you
Pipe Dream.
Pipe Dream. Oh, Pipe Dream's great. That's now an app on a thing,
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
and they probably think they're like original.
I used to play the Hasbro.
Oh,
games.
remember the dude, somebody made a board game of Words with Friends. You mean Scrabble?
That's great.
So, I also got to try out Masmora, but I may wait on that one too until like somebody else here's played it.
Hmm.
But basically, it was I don't know why I got a lot of hate, or not hate, but there was like mixed reviews. I don't know why. I
People
enjoyed
probably
it.
expected Arcadia Quest, and it wasn't.
But
exactly.
it is.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's got that Arcadia Quest feel, except for it's like a procedurally generated dungeon. The only thing I could see is it may not have a whole lot of replay value.
Hmm.
Like, after you've played it like 5-6 times, you might be like, okay, I've had enough of this game.
Hmm.
Because it might be very similar every time you play it. Like, this Masmore seems like the game that kind of, like, every couple of years needs, like, a pack to kind of, like, some sort of expansion to mix up tiles. And because it's the same, there's always the same 10 monsters. Because,
Okay.
or 12, because it's the dice.
So is none of the content's cross-compatible?
The heroes are.
Oh, okay.
And it comes
but
with
not the monsters.
the monster. Well, the monsters are all dice.
Mm.
You roll them and, like, what monster do I generate? Oh, it's that guy.
Gotcha.
So that could get kind of boring because you're seeing the same monsters.
How many dice do you have? Is it like Exodia? You can roll a head and arms and legs and torso.
No,
and,
it's like one. Each die is a monster.
Oh, okay.
Beast.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
All right. So are we ready for?
Can we add that element into a game?
All right. Are we ready for? Are we ready for board game time?
All right.
show time?
Which game?
Game show time.
This
We can
is
play
all
Rumble
board
in the
game
Dungeon.
time.
It's easy.
Yeah. All right. So explain this to them a little bit up front, but what we're going to do is it's kind of pyramid-ish. Sort of. There's a couple of different ways for this, but basically,
Sorry.
what?
I just saw a tweet. It was Daenerys Targaryen. Why is everyone so excited about the royal wedding? Haven't you learned anything from Game of Thrones?
So the way this is going to work is we've got Team Collin versus Team Cindy.
Hi, babe.
I'm just imagining NFL like
And then
helmets
I think
crashing.
Team Philip on this one too. I haven't figured out how we're gonna do points on this.
Okay.
It might be like Philip, like whatever the total number that both of y'all get right, like divided by 2 or something like that. Is
Oh,
Philip to give
That
Philip
sounds-
a motivation to get you to score more.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. So the way it's gonna work is I have 5 categories of games. Each category has 7 items in it. I am going to put 30 seconds on the clock, and Philip has to get you to say the name of the board game. The exact name of the board game. This will come into play later on.
So these and A's have to be in the right places also?
Sort of.
Okay.
I'll explain more when we get to the final category.
All right.
The final category is where things are going to get trippy.
And you said this is all games that we
These
have
are all
played.
games that have been mentioned on the show before.
Okay.
Some of them have been mentioned this episode.
Dun, dun, dun.
Also, games. I tried to be broad in strokes, so there's only one Cthulhu type game on here. So like if you guess one, then and you're thinking about it, like there's only one like LCG card game-ish kind of game.
Okay.
Okay.
Like genre wise, I tried to spread things out a lot.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So there's not a whole lot of overlap.
Cool.
But there's 2 categories for each of you, and then there's a final one where you're both going to compete, and it's going to be who gets it first.
I got 2 guns. So
Yeah.
one for each of you.
So is it a time thing, or do we get one guess?
No, it's a time thing.
Okay.
He said 30 seconds.
30 seconds. You're trying to see how many in that category you can get at a time.
All right.
Okay.
So if you're absolutely stuck, like he's going to be just. Oh, here's the other thing. He can't say any of the words that are on the box.
Okay.
So,
I think I'm ready.
So the way this is gonna, So basically, if you don't get it at all, just say pass. He'll go to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
We can come back
Okay.
if whatever. So I will read you your categories. Now here's the part because I was making this up as we go. Do you want me to explain the theme behind the categories? I just came up with funny names for them. Do you want to explain the theme, or do you want to figure it out while you're playing?
I didn't explain my theme on my category,
figure it
so
out.
yeah.
You want to figure it out? Okay. So here are your categories. Don't expose yourself. Quick and easy money. Swimming in cardboard. And I hope you paid attention. So,
Flip a coin.
Cindy, plus or minus, call it. For
Plus.
going first.
Oh, plus.
All right, Cindy's going first.
Rigged.
Ooh.
Pick a category. Don't expose yourself. Quick and easy money. Swimming in cardboard. Or I hope you paid attention.
Quick and easy money.
Quick and easy money. All
All right. Are you ready to go?
Give me a second. Let me look at these here.
He's got the timer ready.
By the way, if you hear this, that means you said something you shouldn't have, and go to the next one.
Gotcha. Okay.
You ready? Cindy, are you ready?
Okay.
I'm ready.
So this is
Hold on.
I need to describe the.
You need to say words to get her to guess the game. So
Okay.
if you know the game, describe the game.
Okay. Gotcha.
Any kind of, like, this is like catchphrase. You're just trying to do whatever to get her to say the game. If you
Okay.
think describing the box will help,
Mm-hmm.
go for it.
Okay.
Like I said,
and you
you
said
just-
there's 7 games in the
There's
category?
7 games, and all categories have 7 games in them.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said, and yeah, just you can't say the words on the box.
Can't say the words on the box.
So
Okay,
that-
gotcha.
And just to be clear, even if it doesn't say it on the box, you can't say the company, can't say the title.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
don't. Just some of them, it might be hard to see, but that's the biggest thing.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
Yep.
Both of you ready?
Gotcha. Are you?
I got.
Do you-
I-
Oh,
Your
you're gonna have a
time's
timer.
done.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So go ahead. All right.
and go.
All right, gotcha. This is there's a dragon, and you're underground, and it's large, and there's
Vast the Crystal
gems.
Caverns.
Okay. This it goes bang, and they're really cute, and a lot of people love them. And this one's holding a grenade. The box is red. There's fire on one of the words.
Pass.
Okay. Gotcha. This is Jurassic Park.
Out of time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wow.
Dinosaur Island. He said this is Jurassic Park. I'm like, it's got to be Dinosaur Island.
So you got 1 point.
Dang it. Philip, you weren't quick enough. What was the fire coming out of its mouth one?
You can say.
Oh, it was exploding kittens.
Oh.
It was cute and bang.
Oh, I get
Gotcha.
it. I get it.
So these were Kickstarter games.
Okay, that makes
That's
sense.
quick and easy money.
I bet
Quick
you
and
I
easy
could
money.
have gotten, yeah, if I had heard more.
Okay.
All right. So
I'll go with I hope you paid attention.
I didn't pay
'Cause that-
attention.
that's the only one I remember.
all right, you ready? Colin, you ready?
I'm ready.
Philip, you ready?
Sure.
Timer starts now.
Tenth of a millennium.
Century Spice Road.
Okay, and jumping with balloons.
Hop.
Okay, and
I should have picked
And,
this category.
it's a season. It's really cold, and you're not
Dead of
alive
Winter.
anymore. Okay.
Man.
There's a dragon, and there's paths.
Dragon and Pats.
Ah! I should have taken this category.
Pass.
Okay. It's
Time's up.
Sorrow.
gotcha.
It was
Oh, yeah.
Sorrow.
Well, yeah, and I messed up, and I'm glad you didn't get it because the word
The
path
way of the
is in
Path,
path.
box.
yeah.
And
I wanted that.
you screaming in my ear did not help me
So
concentrate.
this category was out of my top 50 games.
Nice.
That
Oh,
was
I
the.
hope
I
you
hope
paid
you paid
attention.
attention.
I'm gonna do the expose yourself one.
Okay.
I was like, 10th of a millennium seasoning street. I just couldn't get the rest
All
of the
right.
words, but you got it. All
So
right.
did you get the? She's gonna do the. Don't expose
Expose
yourself.
yourself.
Don't expose yourself. All right, gotcha.
Let me know when you're ready. You ready?
I'm
Ready.
ready.
All right, go.
Robin Hood and Goods.
Oh, Sheriff of Nottingham.
All right, and it's what you do when you sleep and you think about stuff.
Dream. When I dream. Dream on.
Okay, all right. There's we just talked about this with the mounts
Arcadia Quest.
and the opposite of love.
Hate.
I'll give you the last one because you did say it on there, but
Okay.
you got the last one.
Oh, okay. It was hate.
But that was it was hate, but you ran out of time after
Right.
as soon as you said hate.
Okay, gotcha. I was like, what do you mean? Love's not on the box.
Can you guess what that category was? They were all CMON games. CMON Expo.
Oh. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to who they were.
The words went the total opposite
Oh,
way.
I might have thrown you off with Sheriff of Nottingham because that's now being printed and published by CMON.
Oh, that was originally them? It's now.
It's now CMON.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Okay.
so
That
Colin,
I did not know.
Colin, I think that leaves you with
Swimming and cardboard.
Swimming and cardboard.
That was what I was hoping I would get.
All right, hold on.
Because cardboard is what I taste.
All
I
right.
mean, that is my taste
All right.
in games.
Yeah.
and
Anyways,
wood.
are you ready, Philip?
Sure.
Philip, are you ready?
Philip is ready.
Yep.
Colin, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, ready, go.
We used to watch this show a lot in your basement.
Oh, Battlestar Galactica.
All right. There are 4 video games in this franchise.
Pass.
Okay. You're in space and you see stuff.
Clank in space.
No.
You can't say space.
Pass.
It's not really dark and there's like an empire.
Yeah.
Man,
That was horrible.
That was terrible.
It's Twilight Imperium and Cosmic Encounter, but I couldn't get that one better.
These were all FFG games.
Every single one's an FFG game. And if there's not 10 pounds of extra cardboard in the box.
So you're picking games that we don't know very well, Chris.
Hey, I knew my audience a little bit. I just couldn't
I
get the words
picked
out.
games. Well, it was games that Philip was familiar with, for one, so that he could describe them,
Yeah.
and also games that, again, have been mentioned on this podcast.
Oh, I know, but that doesn't mean we're familiar with them.
Well, that's
Well,
I'm gonna
his
blame
descriptions
That's
were
why one category was called I
did
Hope You
pretty
Paid
good.
Attention.
No, I liked
Again,
I liked your clues for me. My last category.
All right,
They were very
so
good.
this goes to our last category, and we're gonna change it to 1 minute on the clock.
Okay.
Everything's worth double points.
Okay.
The category is, how are there this many variations?
Nice.
You know what I'll explain it this one because otherwise we'll never get through this category.
Okay.
These are all versions of Munchkin.
Oh no.
This is where you have to be exact on the title
Gotcha.
because some of them, they're not worded the way you might think they were.
Right.
So,
Okay. Let me.
like I said, this time we're gonna do 1 minute on the clock, and we may just try and play through the end of this and see who gets them.
Okay.
So
All right. Let me.
I don't know because at this, yeah,
So this is like whoever says it first.
says it first.
Okay.
Okay. Let me go through real quick and read because this is the final. So let me go through and read these. Make sure I don't give away any words on the box.
Do you want me to time it, or would you rather just
No,
have
let's
him?
just go.
Just
Okay.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Especially because you're competing against each other.
That is the timer. Cindy's my timer. I'm
Yeah.
hers.
Yeah. Sure.
So yeah, these are not, there are no expansions in this. These are all base games of Munchkin.
Okay. Good. Great. I don't know what that narrows it down to, but
know,
Okay.
I don't
all right. I'm
remember.
gonna
I know
start.
I know a lot of names.
All right.
but
I'm gonna start at number 1 in the
just
list.
'cause I've
here.
heard
All
them.
right. Gotcha.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, go.
All right. Yar.
Pirates.
Munchkin Pirates.
No.
Pirate
Ahoy,
Munchkin.
baby.
Treasure.
All of these have Munchkin in the title. I will
Oh.
tell you that.
Yeah.
Uh.
Munchkin Booty.
All right. There we go. There's an entire cinematic universe revolving around this.
Munchkin Firefly.
There's an entire cinematic universe
Munchkin
with
Star
19
Wars.
movies in it.
Oh.
19 movies.
19 movies.
These are your best clues?
A new one just came out with
Munchkin
with
Marvel.
the Avengers. There we go. All right.
Superheroes. Could have said superheroes.
Okay. You're.
A lot of this I'm putting on Philip. As
It's basically after a giant nuclear fallout disaster.
Munchkin Apocalypse.
All right. Vampires.
Munchkin Bites.
All right. And you're a hero.
Munchkin. I don't know.
Can you make that?
Yeah. Okay. This one is that D&D 3.5 game that branched out.
Pathfinder. Munchkin Pathfinder.
All right. And now this is there's in Pokemon there's Pokeballs and Great Balls and Ultra Balls and the Master Ball and
I don't know where he's going on this one.
wait, I don't think that's actually a ball in Pokemon. Never mind. Oh, it's the word in front of Mario.
Munchkin
Super
Super
Munchkin.
Munchkin.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm gonna give it to Cindy on that
Yeah.
one.
Okay, and the last one is you're flying in sort of ships and kind of futury.
Oh, I can see the
And
box.
there's
but
big balls of gas that planets revolve
Star
around.
Munchkin.
All right, there we go. That's the last one.
Philip lost that game. I'm
Shut
gonna just I'm just gonna say that. I'm not even gonna add up points.
That was terrible.
So yeah, Colin definitely won that last round with five right answers,
And I
Cindy
only
got
had 5
2.
total, so already. So Colin beat me because he had more going into that round than me.
Well, no, I think
No,
you
had more than me
you had
going
more
in.
going
Yeah,
in.
Colin had 4.
Yeah,
you
but
just
I'm
5.
saying you had more than what I gained in this round. and
Yeah.
You just won what I already had.
Mm-hmm.
So you won by 2.
So there you go. That was-
Nice.
how bad was that?
I think you got a good foundation.
Need
Yeah.
to find a new clue giver.
I would say with more,
Hey, I got 8 points. I'm right in the
more
middle.
games that Colin and I are familiar with, or at least I'm familiar with.
But see, that's the thing. Games that you're familiar with, he's not going to be able to describe.
Necessary.
So in hang on, let me go to the one of the categories, which was quick and easy money. So one of my clues was going to be small, large franchise you two love, or theme you two love.
Oh, would you like me to read off would you like to hear the ones that you didn't get?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hold on, let me pull up.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know the ones I passed.
Okay, so in the CMON one, don't expose yourself. First one was, why are they all out of order now? First one was The Others. Again,
Oh.
so this was CMON though. I was trying not to pick Blood Rage or Rising Sun.
Mm-hmm.
The extremely obvious.
Rage
That
is
would
in
have
there.
been nice.
Well, true. I did put Blood Rage.
in there.
I did put that was a gimme one.
Yeah.
Sheriff of Nottingham, Dream On, The Grizzled, Arcadia Quest,
And how to describe
Hate,
that
and Blood Rage was the last one.
World War One. Or no, I think the tagline of that is like, is friendship stronger than war or something
Yeah.
like that.
All right, in the Kickstarter ones, you had Ghostbusters, the board game.
What
went.
did you say for that?
I didn't.
Oh, we didn't get that. Far.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because so like he numbered the files, and now they're out of order.
Oh.
In
I don't
my
know why
listing,
they're out
so-
of order. Yeah, it's weird. Then there was Tiny Epic Western,
Okay.
Dinosaur Island.
Small, large theme you guys love.
Oh.
Then Scythe was on there.
Mm.
Then The Walking Dead All Out War was on there. And then Exploding Kittens and Vast, which you got. So,
Cool.
Swimming in Cart. Okay, yeah. Netrunner, Twilight Imperium, Cosmic Encounter, Elder Sign, Fallout, which is where the video games won, Battlestar Galactica, and Forbidden Stars.
Oh yeah. I don't know anything about Forbidden Star, so unless you played off the name, I probably wouldn't have got that one.
Yeah,
I figured at worst he could describe the box to you, or heaven forbid, it's right over there.
Well, that's a. I don't think I could have used that.
You could have said it's over there.
But I only had 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're like,
That's
it's
the
over there.
downside.
I
Okay,
think
hang on.
45 would have been
Hang
What
on.
was
So
his
better.
so going off of this list,
Most of the games are.
I was
over
going to
there.
say which of the games aren't over there.
So
That
what
would
was
have been.
Colin's other category?
I hope you paid attention.
Yeah.
Paid attention. Yeah. 'cause,
That
like,
you know
role
that's
play.
Ice Cool, Suro, Role Player, Dead of Winter, Steampunk Rally, Hop, and Century Spice
Okay,
Road.
so you just ran out of time on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that was that'd
time.
probably be my thing I'd improve is like give enough time to, if he gives a 2-word clue, I can get through all 7.
True.
That was where I was going on the rules for Pyramid is 7 clues in 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I started with that.
Gotcha. I liked it because I won.
Or maybe we just play all of them like the final round and just have you fight for it.
Ooh, yeah. Do Family Feud.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Which Family Feud? Steve Harvey?
Steve
Family
Harvey,
Feud? Okay,
yeah.
you gotta have Steve Harvey.
Okay.
Or I can't remember his name. Al from Home Improvement.
Oh, yeah. Richard
yeah.
Karn.
That's it. Yeah, it was in there. I just couldn't pull it out fast
then
enough.
there was Louis Anderson.
I'm Louis Anderson.
Oh my gosh.
And also the dude that played Peterman and Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah?
He was on there too.
It's like, I can't think of his name right now either. It's buried in my useless information
I don't
part
know
of my
his
brain.
actual name.
J. Peterman.
Anyways,
He's in Burma right now.
I'm just going to play us out.
Do that. I don't have anything to say.
Thank
Oh
you
my
all for
gosh.
listening to this episode. I try on these. Like I said, it was either going to be really good or probably really bad.
Somehow it was in the middle.
That was surprising. Remember, feedback at boardsandswords.com if you have any better ideas for me. Or if you have any comments and feedback, we love feedback. You can also follow us on Twitter. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Chris the Prof.
I'm on both at CallCakes196.
I'm on both as Cindy Pastorius.
And I'm on Twitter as Phil the Dirtbag.
You can also follow us on Facebook.com/OCDcast or search for Boards and Swords Podcast Community. We're also on BGG, BoardGameGeek.com. You can just go to boardsandswords.com/guild, and that'll take you to our guild.
Yeah.
Thanks to Easy Roll Dice for sponsoring this episode. And, we're also part of the Dice Tower Network. Go check out Dicetowernetwork.com and CoolStuffInc.com for sponsoring them and helping out the network. So
Yeah.
that's all we've got for this week. In the meantime, remember that every gamer has a story.
And Philip says he can't give clues properly.
There we go. That was better. That was better than what I was going to come up with. We need to leave these tokens out. That was definitely a lot better than pencils.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it was.
Can we get more of your Louis Anderson impression?
That's the only thing I know from like Family Guy. It was like, he's like, "Are you Fat Pauly?" And like the guy like kicks him and he's like, "I'm Louis Anderson." And we're
We're out.
clear. All right. Okay.
All right.
All right, chat. It's been
Excellent.
real. It's been fun. I don't know if it's been real fun.
Let us know.
That's right.
In the comments below.